come with us to an Austria trip. And the trip started with buying a new camera, and I'm so excited to try out the Osmo Pocket 3. And this is not an ad. The first night we stayed in Nuremberg and it was super beautiful. Like, I am living in Germany, but I didn't know that Germany could look like that. Like, South Germany is like historical and has those German buildings. And I was just living in a regular city, so this was not usual for me. Also, we tried out this coin machine and we did something wrong. Now we have a coin with a church on it. This was not our intention, but we just move. We explored the city a bit and we didn't have a lot of time because on that day we wanted to reach Vienna because my husband's friend got married in Vienna on that day. But of course we had a little accident on the way. Here's the story time. So after Nuremberg we went to Passau to pray Dhuhr. We prayed and we moved on and we already had half the way done. So we were in Vienna in like 1.5 hours. Until we realized that we forgot our bag in Passau. So we had to drive back 1.5 hours to get this bag. And then we had 3 hours ahead of us. Alhamdulillah, we arrived in Vienna, but it was just so stressful all in once. We attended to the wedding like really late, but alhamdulillah, we've seen our friends, so that's all what matters. This is Vienna and it was so beautiful. Like, look at those buildings, they're so historical, and walking around in that city, it made me feel like I'm in a movie. Of course, we tried out some pastry, especially in Germany and Austria. We were like eating pastry every day. The weather was not the best, but overall Vienna was really nice. You had a lot of halal options because it's a big city, and you have mosques to pray in. You've also seen that there are so many people, like it's so multicultural. What I also liked about Vienna is that it is so structured and you have so many opportunities to do your hobbies. This is our first food spot and we were here to try out some Austrian food or dessert, and let me tell you, both of them were a 10 out of 10. We went to some spots and we were so surprised that there are Islamic schools in Vienna. Like in Germany, there's not an opportunity like that, but in Austria there is. And having the opportunity to send your child to an Islamic school is such a big blessing. We went on to Gmunden and it was so beautiful. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't that good, but we need to visit this place in summer again. We discovered this place and it is so nice. This is a place I would definitely revisit, and we filmed this before Ramadan, of course. Gmunden is a really small village. We didn't see a lot of things. This was just a stop for us in between. And then we went to Halstatt, which is a small village. And you have to keep in mind, it is really hard to find halal options in small villages. And that's why we need to come prepared to like places like that. I really wanted to go on this tram, but we didn't have time for it. It was cold, so I didn't try to do anything. But it was so beautiful. My husband met a friend he knew from Turkey, so we talked to them, and alhamdulillah, they fed us. We were hungry and they were prepared and they came prepared, so alhamdulillah, Allah literally made us meet them because they fed us, alhamdulillah. Then we moved to our next spot in Austria and our last spot, which is in the west of Austria. And the more you go into the west, the more it's like more with mountains and snow, and we were so happy. We stayed in Weichsee, and this hotel is a 10 out of 10. Like, I am looking forward to come back to this hotel because it was so cute. You felt so warm and welcomed. And also look at this view. If I would have a view like that every day, I would not move out of my house. Like, I wouldn't leave the house. We prayed and went around to see the horses, and I have so much respect. I have so much respect for horses. Like, I would love to pet them, but I'm just scared. This sheep was so cute. Then the first horse came up to us and I was so scared to pet him, but my husband pet him. But now this is my time to finally pet a horse, and I was so happy. I don't know if you hear how happy I am or if you see it. I'm literally so happy. It was magical, and I was just happy to complete this mission. At night we explored the village a bit more. We just stayed one night and the morning looked like that. This is our souvenir. We've got, I don't know, my husband just loves knives. I can't understand why men love knives. Anyways, the view was just mesmerizing, and throughout the whole way it was so beautiful. We went back to Germany, to Munich, and this was my first time to go to Munich as well. And of course my husband found knives again. We went to explore the city, and the church had a little show. Throughout the whole trip we try to find mosques everywhere, but if we don't find a mosque we just pray next to the car. But alhamdulillah, there are so many mosques. Also, we had takeaway at this spot, which was super delicious. Yes, it may be harder to find a halal option for food or a place to pray, but there's always a way to choose halal over haram.